Hey everyone, Hurricane Liz here, back for another Professor's podcast. And as usual, I have my partner in crime here, the man, the myth, the legend, Howie Tai, who's formerly known as the Professor. You still kind of like to be referred to as a professor, right, Howie? I mean, you're pretty much a professor of all things. You kind of do it all when it comes to particularly Amazon, but you're constantly learning, constantly improving, and constantly meeting these underground geniuses. And today, again, we've got another genius. You want to talk a little bit more about what you do and what you've been doing just during the pandemic and in general, Howie? How did you earn that name?
The professor, you mean?
Professor, yeah.
The professor. Well, I said it before. I've been in China. I was teaching a bunch of college students in Zhongshan on Amazon related items. So then after a while, people call me professor, and then that's how it happened. So I guess that's how that name came about. And then people started calling me that, and it stuck with us. So that's the reason why. But what I've been working on a lot of crazy stuff lately with my programmers, and we're doing project management on some of the predictive models on analyzing keywords as well as sales history, PFR we're talking about. Oh, it's a lot of good stuff. But enough of me. Let's go to I think our next guest, maybe.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to introduce him shortly. I was kind of thought that was an interesting answer, Howie. You mentioned how you became known as the professor. So every superhero has an origin story. So like Professor X had his signature item, which was like his wheelchair and his brain hat and all the X-Men that he has. Do you have a signature item? But I kind of already know who your X-Men are. It's kind of all these brilliant sellers that you pick up underground, which we're about to meet one here. But what is your signature item?
A signature item, huh? I don't know if I have any signature item. You mean like a staff or like a hat or something like that? Or
yeah, we're gonna have to get you a signature item so that from now on, like Professor X, you got your own like little thing. That's gonna be pretty cool. We'll put it on a T-shirt or something. But I want you to be thinking about that, Howie.
Actually, I have people been asking me. I think it was Facebook or something. Say what? It's like a quote. People are saying, what if you were the person or what you wanted to be when you were a kid. If I was never thinking about being the professor when I was a kid. What I was thinking that I was going to be when I was a kid was I was going to be Spider-Man. So it's a little off, but Spider-Man and the professor, yeah.
I don't know. We're going to have to think about what your signature item is if your superhero crush is Spider-Man. We're going to have to think like really hard. I've got to really think about that, Howie, but we're going to come up with it very soon. But for now, let's introduce everybody to one of your X-Men who you actually met in China. So we were talking a little bit earlier. This gentleman that I'm about to introduce is the creator of a tool called Quantify Ninja, which I'm sure he's going to tell us about shortly. But you met him in China, and give people a little bit more background on that meeting and why he stuck out to you as he knew his stuff.
Let me see. It was one of the 2 years plus ago when we were when I was a speaker and he was a speaker regarding, I believe, at one of Mike's events. He was, I mean, we meet a lot of people out there. So he was one of the people that caught my eye because he's from actually, I believe, in Israel. And one of those interesting people that I always remember because he's one of those people that I think out of the box, that is kind of, yes, we do have a lot of these. Sometimes we get a lot of software engineers and providers that come on to our speaking event because they have some very unique talent. The stuff that they come out with, they would start implementing software for it so that it automates the whole task and stuff. So these guys are like on the next level because you have to have a solid foundation of some kind of expertise in order for you to even to start programming it and getting it to work and getting it to be useful within the environment of sellers. So this is to the next level that he's going to be telling us a little bit about what he does and let him talk.
Right, absolutely. So I'm going to go ahead and give him a warm welcome. Give everybody Yinon out there. This is Yinon, who is the founder of Quantify Ninja. And Yinon, usually before we bring on a guest, we kind of put him to the heater. and we like to ask them the same question. And so I'm going to start by asking you that same question. I want you to pretend that you are in an elevator with Howard and you understand that he has a brilliant mastermind, which he really does. I've attended almost every single one, and every single time I come out of there feeling like I'm way smarter than I really am, which is an awesome feeling. So I feel like all you guys, for a brief, at least high of about a day or so, I'm like, wow, I know all this about Amazon. I'm the best in the world. And I get that kind of high. But Yinon, you are one of those brilliant people. But for everybody out there, pretend you're on that elevator with Howard and you want to prove to him that you are qualified to speak at his second ever virtual Amazon pandemic event. Tell him in 2 minutes why you feel you're qualified and what some of your background is.
Okay, so hello everyone. First of all, I must say I don't even remember what I was lecturing about in China. I think it was the Facebook bot, but I'm not sure. I think that's what was the topic back then. And yes, the reason why I need to talk is because yes, I think out of the box. I've built Quantify Ninja because there were many tools that were missing that Seller Central didn't give us, and I started programming it. And I think even today there are lots of features that just came to my mind and I started implementing it. For example, Facebook notifications, even before all the stuff with creating audience and start retargeting the customers from Amazon. I started working with Facebook because I saw the potential of communicating with customers. Now, these were my customers, but of course, sellers can do that with their customers. So yes, I'm constantly thinking how I can improve the buyers, the sellers, the sellers, how they can improve their sales and what would be the next big thing. I usually don't look at other softwares. I know many people tells me you have to go to other softwares to see what they're doing, and I'm against it because when you look on something else on another software, you're like blocking your mind, and I don't like it. I like to think on my own and think what is the best thing that can help Amazon sellers. And it proved themselves because lots of people uses this software, and I think there are many things that that are unique to this software and are unique to the way that we think that should be the way people should sell on Amazon.
Oh, okay. So I've known you for 2 years now plus. So can you tell me like what are the expert in right now? What is the big topic that you're actually passionate about and that you think you can really help enlighten a lot of this audience here?
Right. So I wanted to talk about a topic that I don't think many of the speakers talks about because it's a little bit premature topic that talks about machine learning and how you can take the edge of the technology to help you improve your sales, to help you be a better seller. And there's so many things. This field is so wide that you can take it to almost everywhere in the process of selling. Starts from customer service to optimizing PPC and machine learning. I don't know how many people knows about it, but machine learning is like the topic. It's the edge of the technology today, and it is being used for a bunch of things. Starts from automotive until even in diagnosing cancer.
So yeah, well, for me, I'm into the machine learning and AI realm of software. It's like not a lot of people are doing that in Amazon. There is PPC AI right now. A lot of people are some companies are doing that, but not a lot actually. Like machine learning is so new now, but there's a lot of really crazy apps that they're having out there now. There's some that like I was playing with where you can actually scan your face with the camera, and then all of a sudden they make you into a like a Disney character, cartoon character. I think it's Tunify or something. I think I was playing with it, as well as the one of them that was with I think it was like all the X-Men's and all that stuff. You scan your face and you become one of those You become one of those Spider-Man and other characters and the X-Men's and whatnot. So it was really interesting for us to see AI on the works right now. There's like so much to be done, as well as I saw recently like AI can write articles. They can actually write like paragraphs and stuff like that. So it's really interesting that maybe in the future we have customer service. We will have our like we talked about beforehand. Customer service will be starting to answer emails. There'll be AI will start doing demand forecasting for inventory. AI will start doing your PPC, which has already been started in not fully matured, but it's there. AI can actually start helping you with the optimization of your launches and stuff, which that's what we are actually doing right now.
They can also help you with sourcing products. And I want to talk about it. I have it in the lecture of the machine learning and how it can help you source and find the best product, that has the most probability to succeed.
Yeah, it's I could really definitely say that already. Like Facebook is already using AI, right? TikTok is already
Yeah.
using AI. Google is already using AI. PPC on Amazon is already done by AI. Their Amazon's algorithm of A9 is already using A9 already. So AI is already inside the whole infrastructure where we're selling on already and using. So it's not really something new, but for us, we're trying to, like, as a service provider for Signalytics, we're actually trying to like use AI against AI. Like if Amazon's using AI to do their algorithm, we'll learn using what works or not work based on how Amazon's AI works. So we'll go with the flow, you could call it.
Yeah, and they do a pretty good job. When you go to Facebook and they show you, they suggest you to tag yourself and they recognize your face. That's amazing. That's amazing. It's really they do a very precise work. It's amazing.
Yeah, Yinon, I know that you already talked about machine learning a lot, and that's obviously the topic that you're going to choose to speak about at the event, which is amazing because you have a really solid math and computer science background. So it seems like it might even be a hobby for you. So my question is, already knowing what you're going to talk about, can you let the audience know a little bit more background on what actually Quantify Ninja is and what it has, as well as what new things you guys have in the works coming up for next year?
Yeah. So currently, Quantify Ninja is an all-in-one software that has a lot of features. It starts with the statistics and analytics and shows profit. And you can, I think what's special with the profit section in Quantify Ninja is that it shows you all the time what is the status of your sales comparing to a different period of time. So you can just compare all the time, and you can even compare hours. Like if today it's, I don't know, 4 o'clock, then you can compare what happens yesterday until 4 o'clock. So it really helps you see the full picture, and you can set up any time frame you want, and you can set up the time you want to compare to, and you can of course do this for every product. And that, I think that's what's special about the profit section. And we give so much data that it's crazy how you can just dig inside, and you can go up until a specific order to see like what kind of commission taken for this order, and what was the exact fee or the commission or the FBA fulfillment fee. So you can see everything. It depends on you, of course, how much you want to dig inside. And apart from the statistics and analytics and profit calculation, we also have automated messaging. Of course, this was actually one of the first products we had. And I think even today, even though people saying that the emails are dead, I still think that, well, I see that from all the emails we send on behalf of our sellers, still 30% are still being open. So I still think it's the most effective tool that you have in order to get reviews. And Quantify Ninja, I think, has the most advanced tool because it has unlimited options where you can set up to whom you want to send this email, what marketplaces. You can use different languages. You can set up, of course, specific products or returning buyers or people who issue the refunds. You can do A/B testing. You can see your open rate. It's a really, really sophisticated tool, which will involve many, many days and nights of development on my side. And then we have a specific section for looking on the big picture, like not only on your store, but also on your competitors. So in Quantify Ninja, you can set up notifications for changes made to your competitors. So if your competitors raise the price or change the picture or change the title or change the bullet points, you can set up to get notifications for all those situations, and then you can react. You can decide not to react, but sometimes if you see that all your competitors decrease their price, you might want to consider what you want to do. Okay, but it's important to see not only your store, but the whole market that sells the same similar products. And it also helps you when, for example, to see how many sellers, like if many sellers decrease their price and you have decrease in sales, it can also explain you some, gives you some insights and explain you that decrease in your sales doesn't mean that you did something wrong. It could be that the whole market is going for a change, or that there are more competitors in your fields. So the alerts are playing a stronger role in the software from day to day, and I think it's really important to see your competitors, what they're doing, and react to those changes. We also have for European sellers, we have invoicing. There's a lot of features. We have Facebook bot, which is a little bit similar to ManyChat, but has the advantage of aiming it only to Amazon sellers. So you can create coupons and send it using the bot. Send coupons, single-use coupon, of course. There's lots of features in Quantify Ninja, but it's only the bot. I can speak about 2 hours, I think, because this is a really big features. You need to understand that I worked on Quantify Ninja for years, and I've been working. I'm addicted to work, so I'm working days and nights, and so there's many things you can do with this tool. But what's more interesting is what we're going to do with this tool, because what we're going to do is to, as we spoke before, is to add more machine learning into Quantify Ninja that will help you do some of the stuff that Howard says, like inventory management, or pricing optimization, or customer service. All those things can use machine learning in order to optimize your business, to make it a better business, to have a better customer service, and to generate more sales and more profit.
Right, absolutely. They all sound like amazing things that you're working on. So I look forward to some of those. But my big question next is, as Howie mentioned, 2 years ago, you guys met at a seminar somewhere in China, and the topic at hand was chatbots. So you were talking about chatbots specifically. Let me ask you this question. In chatbots, they continue to evolve. What's the current outlook? How do you see chatbots in the next couple of years? Are they going to be and continue to be the way to rank products on Amazon, or are we looking at the next evolution of ranking products on Amazon as being something other than chatbots?
Well, I think it's going to be, chatbots are always going to be there, but they're going to transform to a little bit different than what we know from Facebook. I mean, Facebook chatbots are it's like a multiple questions quiz, right? You have to click on some buttons, and the whole conversation is predefined. And this is I don't want to say stupid chatbot, but it's not a smart chatbot. A smart chatbot would be like a chatbot that you can't even identify or distinguish between a robot to a human. and this would be a smart chatbot. And I think everything is going. All the science shows that we are going to this direction. And you can, if you want, you can go to YouTube and just type in a chatbot conversation, and you can see two chatbots speaking to each other, and that's amazing. I mean, we got to the point where you can actually create two robots that asks questions one each other, and even insulting one each other or saying nice things to each other. And so yeah, the future is going heading to a place where machine learning is about to conquer every place in every topic in the world, I think.
So like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos and Microsoft, Bill Gates, they all talk about AI. Like AIs, they have to, like, all these new innovators or software people out there are all about the buzzword like AI and machine learning and stuff like that. So I think some of those books are ones saying you have to read it if you want to be successful, like under one of the Inc.com or something that's AI. So like, can you tell me what kind of problems you see Amazon sellers are having in 2020? And
Yeah, so I think the problem that is most felt, this that I most feel from sellers is staying the same old problem, which is the reviews, and Amazon making it more tough and tough to get more reviews, while we are coming with solutions, and Amazon, come with new terms of service, and then the block this way, so we go with this way, and they block this way, and so, but still, this is the engine of sales, right? Eventually, no matter how you look at it, the reviews is the thing that helps generate more reviews. So I think this is the most difficult problem, because we used to have. I'm sorry, I have to close the door.
No worries. Actually, I had to actually wrangle my cat down too, so I know exactly how Yinon feels. She was knocking at the door, making all sorts of racket, and she came over here, and I had to really I nearly almost shoved her out of the room, Howie. So you know how that happens.
Didn't you give her the catnip?
A catnip.
So
Yeah, she was getting high earlier, so she's the only one getting high in the house. But what can I say?
I'm sorry about it.
All right, you're back.
Yeah, because of the situation with the corona, we are with the kids here, so you might hearing some some shouting there. Okay, so you were asking about what I think is the main challenge, and I still think the reviews are still is the main challenge.
Do you see them continuing to be the way to rank products on Amazon, or do you see something else in the works that's eventually going to come up, or is it all about chatbots right now?
Can you repeat the question? I'm sorry.
In terms of chatbots, do you see them being the future of ranking products on Amazon, or do you see something else coming out of everything that's going on and something else that'll now be the go-to play for most Amazon sellers, or will it remain chatbots?
As I said, I think that chatbots are the future, but as I said, not in the way they work today. It's going to be more like it's going to feel like humans. It's going to feel like humans, definitely. I mean, you can see that coming. You can see the evolution of the chatbots. So yes, I think chatbots is the future.
Is there any other opportunities that you see in 2020 and onwards besides chatbots? Any other things that you would see that would a lot of Amazon seller would be interesting to know?
Well, yes. Well, with this topic that I was talking about with machine learning, there's lots of things that the sellers can, benefit from working with machine learning, and chatbot is just one of them. But as we discussed before we started recording, I think there's lots of things like pricing optimization or inventory management or customer service that we are working on that should automate all the processes and make a revolution on how e-commerce business, not just Amazon, but e-commerce business will work. So I think it's going to be totally different.
Do you have any questions, Liz? She asked.
Awesome. Yeah, I think we're ready to wrap it up. I think we've kind of already done quite a bit. We've spoken a lot about machine learning. We learned a lot about Quantify Ninja. And so, Yinon, I really wanted to just reach out and thank you and say thanks so much for kind of dropping all this knowledge on us about chatbots and what Quantify Ninja has, as well as machine learning. I don't think a lot of people out there realize all the things they can already do with some minor machine learning implemented in their business. I, for one, am looking forward to your talk. Particularly, there was one topic on machine learning that you mentioned, but I look forward to see what you got for the actual event. Thank you so much for this.
Thank you.
I remember. Oh, before you go, I saw you post some really crazy stuff on Facebook. It looks like you were like on protesting and stuff. Can you tell us about it? What's going on over there?
Yeah, the situation in Israel is crazy. We have main two problems, as far as I can see, of course. First one is coronavirus, which is, I think we have the, for 1 million people, we have a lot of, I think it's a number one country in the world that has the most sick people or positive people. I don't know if it's true to call them sick, but at least positive to this virus. And our Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, is accused in bribery and lots of other stuff, and his trial begins on January. So yes, I was protesting against our Prime Minister because I believe that he's making decision and rules that made for his own, for political reasons and not professional reasons. So for the past few days, they came out with a law that prevents the citizens to go outside of their home more than 1 kilometer. And what I think is that they do it to prevent demonstrations, because before that, there used to be demonstrations every week. So I broke the law, sorry, and I went to that demonstration on Saturday, and it was crazy. There was a lot of violence from the police. And they locked us down at some point, and the police were very violent to us and came out with horses and bikes, and just, there was a lot of violence. It was not a pleasant scene, but anyone who wants to see it is welcome to my Facebook and look at the pictures and on my live. And today I'm going to a demonstration again. So if I will be arrested, then you will be able to see it on live. Yeah, I'm not giving up. I mean, I'm fighting for my freedom and for my kids' freedom. So I will continue with demonstration, because I think it's the main thing in democracy. This is the main. The right to protest is one of the main things in democracy.
Yeah, well, good luck with that, and I hope you do not get arrested. Stay safe. And it's freedom that allows us to be able to sell on Amazon and talk about selling on Amazon. So good luck to you. And thank you once again for being on this podcast. Howie, any final words from you before I say goodbye and I give people information on how to sign up and learn more about the second ever virtual Professors Pandemic event coming up on November 9th and 10th?
There's some stuff that we actually can't talk on this podcast, but because it's too sensitive. But if you guys come to the mastermind, I'm sure that Yinon has some stuff that he wants to share that was going to help your business, because I know what he's working on, and some of the stuff that he's doing is pretty crazy out there. And I remember talking to you about it like 2 weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
Yinon? Yeah. So
it sounds like you guys are teasing us. That's like not fair.
Well, this is the thing. We have to. I'm not sure. I'm a man of few words, so I'm not sure if it's called teasing or not. But you should come to the event.
I'm going to have to start my own one-woman protest here, because I want to know what Yinon's going to talk about. And I've got a cat with me too. So me and my cat are protesting. We demand to know what Yinon's talking about. But I guess we're going to have to wait, just like everyone else. Good news is that date is approaching faster than I'm approaching the end of this. And that date is November 9th and 10th. And it's again virtual. held from the comfort of your own home. You can stream it in your undies. You can stream it however in the heck you want. And we will have 13 brilliant men talking about their most exclusive underground secrets on how they run their Amazon businesses, or they help consultants in the rest of the world run their Amazon businesses. Yinon is one of those 13, and I'm looking forward to all those. There's been some exciting stuff that we've covered thus far doing these podcasts. And as Howie mentioned, he cannot spill the beans on what Yinon is going to talk about, but he guarantees it's going to be extremely sexy. And so let's talk about November 9th and 10th. How do you get more info? Well, it's simple. You go to howardtai.com/PPE, the number 2. Do not spell it out. It's just 2. And I'm going to say that one more time because the past couple times, Howie, I botched it up. So it's howardtai.com/PPE, the number 2. There you will find more information on how to be able to attend that event. And like I said, you don't have to show your face. You can be in your pajamas. You can be in whatever the heck you want. You can be in your jammies. You can hold your favorite little blankie. And no, I'm not talking about myself, but you can do whatever it is that you want to do. You can have your thinking cap on. It doesn't matter to us. So if you'd like to attend, go there to get more information. Other than that, I thank you guys for watching us here on this podcast or hearing us, and we look forward to the next few. So for Howie and Yinon, this is Hurricane Liz signing off.